am Sini Ojanperä. I'm a news reporter and I work for the local news for Yle in Lahti. And I have been the news mentor for one class here in South-Asian Koulu this spring, and we're going to continue in the autumn.
Come si insegna la media literacy nelle scuole?
I haven't had much theory with the students. We have spoken a little bit about what is news, what is a news story, but mostly we have done practical things like we have made one news story, a whole news story, and the pupils have been working like journalists, doing interviews, getting information, background information, and planning how to make videos and who to talk to, who to talk to, and what kind of photos to take, and that has been the way we have been approaching the news, so they can see, for example, what kind of responsibility a journalist has when a journalist goes and interviews people and gathers the facts.
Ci può fare qualche esempio dei metodi che usate in classe?
We brainstormed many topics they could make a news story of, and they had topics like food at school. In Finland, they get one meal at every day here. I don't remember all of them, but one of them was learning Swedish at school, because in Finland it's the law that we learn Swedish at school because it's the second official language of Finland, and not all pupils like to study Swedish. So we chose this subject. It was one of the subjects they wanted to do themselves, but also because it is easy to do here at school when we practice doing journalism. The pupils can't go very far to make interviews, or it's not so easy to go anywhere we want to as normally journalists would do. So now we did it at school.
E rispetto al progetto Yle News Class, quante ore fate alla settimana?
So I came here once a week for 1 hour, about 3 months, 12 weeks. It wasn't, I think it was 12 weeks, and then we had a couple of hours when we went out to make interviews, and then it's 15 to 20 hours, and the post-production, that was something I did because it was just a practical thing to do, and it took, I think, maybe one whole working day.
Il giornalismo è inserito nel curriculum scolastico?
Journalism is not in this level of school, but they do have media because they study Finnish language all the time, mother tongue. They have some of that curriculum, a part of it is media and the news, how it works. So this is a good combination. And also when they learn Finnish, when they learn and do a news story, they also have to think about the language they use, how to use it, how to ask questions correctly and things like that. So it does fit the curriculum of 7th graders in Finland.
Che età hanno i vostri studenti?
They are 13 or 14.
Perché è così importante fare media literacy a scuola?
I think it's important because if we want people to understand what news are, for example, I think fake news is a good example of things that everybody should know how to detect what is fake news, and we can learn it by theory, but we can also learn it by doing real news ourselves. And that's if they want to, when the students live as a part of this society, it's very important for them to. I think they should know how the media is built and how news stories are built, so they can themselves evaluate what is true and what is not.
Può farci qualche esempio di fake news scovate dai ragazzi?
No, we didn't do any that kind of exercises. We didn't practice detecting fake news. Yle News Class has lots of materials, and we have the base also to teach these things. And I think we have in the autumn we have time to get back to this too. But I don't think it was not very. Right now, we don't have had that kind of situations that they would remember very well. And in Finland, I think at least we did talk about social media and what we see in social media, and if it's also true and not. But maybe that was one way to approach this topic.
Parlate anche di politica?
Just a little bit. In learning Swedish at school, the topic we chose for the news story, that is a very political thing too in Finland. And we did think about, we had election in Finland for the parliament this spring, and well, I considered maybe we could somehow, after the election, we could find out who of the politicians are against learning Swedish at school, or maybe some who were for it. But it didn't feel like a thing we should include to the story at the time, because we already had the base for the story, and we had to get it ready already then.
Everyone's supposed his own community, so we are all the mates of all the teachers, men, and when they pick up, they got use the same cup all day, so not about dishes at all.
Cosa ne pensano gli insegnanti del progetto Yle News Class?
When you work with News Class, the teacher also has to be in it. It's very helpful when the teacher also is excited about doing this. And Pirja, the teacher of my news class, she has been very flexible, and she has thought about the curriculum, what they have to learn this spring, and she has adapted to doing news class in the middle of everything. And I think she said it. In this phase of the studies at the seventh grade, it's quite easy, it's not impossible to make room for news classes too. And it also, there are things that you have to learn in Finnish class at this time. So one of them is media and the news. So this has been kind of a good additive to teaching the pupils about media and news. So this just has been one way to do the things that the curriculum says.